In the last video, I used Acronis True Image 2018 to back up my entire computer. And I talked about the scenarios that you would have to recover, for example, if your computer was bootable and when it was unbootable. So in this video, I would like to do a simulation of those two scenarios. Backup, and then I'm just add a backup here to it. Change source here. So I'm going to go to Files and Folders. And local PC, local C drive. And then here I have a folder called PC and System. Okay, so I'm going to select that. Click OK. And again, I'm going to back this up to, okay, I could browse, but my USB has been found right there, so I'm going to click on that, and then click on back up. And again, I'm using the scheme where I back up the whole file or computer, whatever you're backing up. So back up now. Okay, the backup has successfully completed. Okay, so let's just look what was backed up. So it's my USB drive, and there it is, PC and System. So if I click on this, you see that's backup, and it's on the C drive. Originally it was in the C drive. PC and System, Windows OS, and then it has one item in there, backup flow info. Okay, so now suppose I wanted to recover. Okay, but before I do that, what I wanted to show you is, let's suppose something went wrong with the system. Okay, so look at this. So I'm going to delete this file right here. Okay, suppose that's causing some problems with the system. Okay, so now Windows OS is empty. So I want to recover that file. I'll go to, again, to the Acronis software. And I want this PC and System. Okay, it's already selected, so I'm going to recover. So I click on Recovery here. And then this is what I want right here, backflow info. That's the one I deleted. Okay. Well, I can delete that, or recover the whole thing there. Okay. So let's click on Next and Recover Now. And it's going to go to the original source. Recovery successful. Okay. So let's check it out. Go to my C drive, local disk C. Then if I had deleted the whole folder, I could have retrieved the whole thing. Okay, but let's see if I got the main item that I wanted. Okay, so it was Windows, and then I deleted the one component it had. Then I retrieved it. There it is. Okay. So obviously, if this was your entire PC, which would include your operating system, your program files, your data, and so forth, the recovery process would take much longer than what it took right now. But that's what you could do, whether it's a one file or whether it's your operating system or whether it's your entire computer. That's what you would go through to recover if your computer was bootable, and you could go ahead and click on Acronis True Image. Okay, bring it up and go to the section that you need and so forth. But suppose that your computer was not bootable. It could power on, but it wouldn't boot to, say, Windows. Then you'd have to use the Acronis Rescue Media. USB or disk, whatever you create. And in my case, I did a video where I created a USB. Okay, so in the second part of the video, I'll show you in this simulation how to recover, whether, like I said, whether it's a file or your entire PC, using the Acronis Rescue Media USB. Now, I'm going to have to power down, turn off the computer, and then I'll have to film the rest on camera because I can't record the screen once I restart it. Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to restart the computer, or power down and then restart, either way you want to do it. And on the upper right corner, might be left corner, it'll tell you what key to press, whether it's F2 key, F8, it could be F10. In my case, it's F12. To go to your BIOS. So depending on the type of BIOS you have, you might have to set the order of booting. Okay, I'll show you what mine does when I go ahead and restart. Okay, so I'll see you later on. Okay, I'm fixing to restart the computer, but I want to show you that this time I'm going to delete the whole file here. So PC and system, I'm going to delete it. Okay, so it's gone. And then I check over here, then now I have the Acronis USB here. This is the rescue media, the Acronis Rescue Media. Okay, and there's my USB that contains the backup that I'm fixing to recover. Okay, so I'm going to turn off or actually restart the computer. And now, in like I said earlier, in my case, to access the BIOS, in my case, I have to hit the F12 key. Now it turns out that I have the latest version of the UEFI BIOS. So mine's going to give me the opportunity to boot. One-time option, you'll see it here on the screen. Okay, so let me close this out. Okay, so you can either shut down and then click the on button, power button. I'm just going to restart it. And again, as soon as you see the Dell, in my case it'll be the Dell logo, I'm going to hit the F12 key, and hopefully you'll be able to see the graphics that come up on the upper right corner. So restart. So it's restarting. And now I'm hitting the F12 key here, and you can look at the upper right corner there, and preparing for one-time boot menu. Okay, and here's the menu for my computer. Now, in your case, you might have to hit the right arrow key to access the boot menu, but in this case, you can see I have the legacy boot option and I have the UEFI, which is the one I'm going to use. So I simply scroll down, and I know from
previous experiences that my USB is UEFI 807, 8.07. So just in case you can't see that, let me close up. Okay, so UEFI 807. So I hit enter there. And it's going to boot from the USB or the Acronis Rescue media. It'll take a few minutes. I'll go ahead and speed it up. Okay, after this screen, the Rescue media USB should, there it is. Okay, so on this screen, you can do a backup actually from this screen, even though your computer is not bootable. Okay, you can look at tools and utilities, but what we want to do here is recover. So I'm going to click on this here, and then I'm going to browse for the backup. Okay. Now, one thing you have to be careful about with this software, the settings are different than Windows, so it might not give you the same drive letter that you see when you open your File Explorer to PC. Okay, so if I click on my PC here, see I have recovery C, but I don't have a local C. It turns out that this is it. It's labeled my C drive as SD here. Okay. And let's see, so you kind of have to find it. Okay, so this one is not it. Okay, so there it is. Okay, PC and system. So you have to recognize your file. Okay, because again, it doesn't have the same letters that you see when you click on My PC, and that's just the software. The settings are different from Windows. So again, you might have several backups here. You always want to pick the latest version. Okay, so I only have one here, so there's nothing to do here but click on this one and then click OK. And then we wait, and there it is. And then I click on this one, and I'm going to right click on it and click on recover. Okay, so it doesn't give me the option for original location here, so I can go ahead and put it there. So recover absolute path, so I want to try to get it to where it came from, so I'm going to click on this, so at least it stays on the same drive. So absolute path, and then next. And then I want to put it on my regular C drive, which again I recognize it as disk D. Instead of labeling it C, it labeled it D, and I can tell that's it because of the amount of files that it has by this number here. You can also double click on it and you can see some of the folders and you recognize them. Okay, so I'm going to click on next. Okay, so it's telling me it's going to, see here, it does give you the right letter. So it's going to locals disk C. Click next. Okay, again more details about what it's going to do, and then proceed. Recover operation succeeded. Okay, click OK. And of course, this is basically what you would do if you were going to recover your entire PC, which include your operating system and programs and your data files and so forth. So it's done here. Obviously, if it was the entire PC, there'd be more stuff going on and you'd have to click on other stuff, but in this case, we simply close here, then close here, and it should boot into Windows. Okay, we're back at the desktop, and also remind you that if you were recovering your whole system, and that is including your operating system, yeah, you might have to go through a couple of restarts and so forth, but you know, once you've clicked on your backup, it's just a matter of waiting for the setup. Now let's see, remember I deleted the file from my C drive, so let's see what form it brought it back. Okay, you look through this and you don't see it, but look at over here, drive C, it put it in this form. So click on this folder right here, which it named it drive C. You click on it and there you have it, PC and system. Click on it, Windows OS, and there's the one item that I put in there. Okay, so that's what you would go through. Now there's another method that you can also use. This works fine with the Acronis rescue media, but you can also partition your C drive and use. Let me show you here. Open up Acronis True Image. So with the Acronis True Image here, went over this before, it's a special protected partition for storing backups on your disk. So you can create a system image of your entire PC and put it in this zone. You first would have to create the zone, which is no big deal. I'm going to do that in another video. And then you use the backup feature to put that backup in that particular zone. And then you could create what's called an F11 setup, where when the computer starts off, it'll prompt you. If you want to go to Acronis, just hit the F11 key. And in other words, say you're having issues, you don't need the media in this case. If you have it set up this way, just hit the F11 key and you go through the same process that I just went to, and you recover. Okay. Your image is recovered to your PC. Now, normally you want it to be an external drive, okay? Because if it turns out that your C drive gets corrupted, then of course that particular zone is going to be corrupted, okay? But that's another option that you have, and we'll look at that in a future video. But for right now, that's the conclusion of this video. Thanks for watching.